Hello gamers, Pet here. Welcome to my first look for Pillars of Eternity. I've been playing this game for 14 hours, I'm only level 4 and this is going to be as spoiler free as possible. I'm not going to show you bits of the story, I'm not going to talk about the story, I'm not going to... You're only going to see the map for a little bit, which is not going to be like a huge thing, and of course you're going to see those portraits which also don't matter that much. Which is important. It's important for this type of game to not be spoiled at all. On this type of games, I don't like to be spoiled at all. I don't want to see kind of anything that's going to, you know, it's like reading from the back of the book. When you see a book, it has this back thing, and you can read a little bit about the story. Sometimes they really involve something pretty important. Like I remember reading a book, Aragon, which was the first one was a little bit like okayish. It says that some dude is fighting like a dragon egg, right? But the thing is that if you read the book, you only find that it's a dragon egg in page 100. So anyway, I've been playing this game for 14 hours and I was thinking on, doing like a proper review. Then I said, okay, there isn't any point for me to wait to do a proper review. I might do it if, I feel that there was things that are lacking, but so far I've been enjoying this game a lot, and I think I will enjoy this game a lot in the future. Not only that, but this game has a lot of hours, and I don't want to rush into the game just so I can make a review later. So I think it's kind of a good choice to just do a first look. I will show you how this game is being played, I will show you what this game is about, because hey, there is like a new generation up. A new generation that is not used on playing this type of RPG games. They haven't played Baldur's Gate, they haven't played Icewind Dale and other games like this, right? So this is why it's important to know exactly on how to play this game. And this is the lesson that I've learned last year with Divinity Original Sin, which is I haven't done a video with that game, even that I've enjoyed a lot, because I haven't finished the game and I wanted to do like a proper review. And the problem that I've done last game was the fact that I played the game for 30 something hours and then I couldn't play the game for like 1 month because I couldn't immerse myself, and then I wasn't able to get back into the game to immerse myself into the game. I saw like no point. I was only seeing combat and me running around, which is important. This game in a way is like a little bit of a book. You need to read it every day, you need to play it every day, so you will be immersed with the world every day. So Pillars of Eternity is a RPG game where you start basically with yourself. You create a character, which in this case is Pet, is a level 4. Hey, I'm level 4, I'm soon going to be level 5. Ranger, you are going to have various abilities like Might, Constitution, Dexterity, how is this called? Perception, intellect and resolve. You might see that some of these things look very familiar with Dungeons and Dragons system. It's not Dungeons and Dragons, it's a new system that's similar to that, and it's actually working pretty well. There are some things that are simplified in the good way, meaning that they improve the experience. Like for example, in the past, for warriors or barbarians, you were putting points into might, into strength, and there was like no reason to put points in intellect. However, you can try something different here. You can put points into might, which will basically improve your damage. However, if you put points into intellect, it will also affect the area of effect. So in case you have AoE spells, they will be better at doing AoE damage, right? The area of effect, basically. So you start with your party, and then the story starts that you are on a caravan and you are going to a new area as a settler, because those dudes don't have population in a way, because they have kind of a curse that the babies are born, they are called Hallowborn because they have no soul. So I kind of don't know why that happens, and you don't know in the game why that happens, and I'm curious to find out. And you will find out by doing various quests, talking to various people, and so on. This is how the dialogue is basically happening. Let's talk with one of my teammates, which is Shagni. If I click this button and I unpause the game, you will see, a screen like this. Hey, what's on your mind? And I can tell you, what do you do back in Nasikat? And she's going to tell you. And you are going to tell her something else, and then she's going to tell you. And so on. You also have a journal where you will be able to see various tasks, various quests that you will have to do, and also other things that you will have to, find out. This is the journal where you will be able to see the biography of Pet. Things are getting added to the story while I'm advancing. Also, another twist with the story is that you kind of become a watcher. Something happens, and you are able to go into people's souls in a way to read their souls, something like that. This is the Civilopedia, where you'll be able to see bestiality, where there are various monsters that you will encounter. You see, for example, Flaming Bright, I kind of only encounter a couple of times, so I don't see all the stats for this particular hero. While, for example, a Shadow, which I've encountered a lot, I can see all the stats for this monster. I can see the accuracy, the endurance, and so on. This is kind of how the map is looking. And there are various zones that you will be able to travel, and each of those zones is like a map like this, where you'll be able to just, walk around. And another thing that you need to keep in mind, that this is not like a Diablo game. You will control a party of 6, and all of those 6 members are going to have their own stats. There are various classes that exist. For example, this dude is actually a fighter. It plays differently. He has different spells. He can equip various other things. I'm a ranger. I can have a pet companion. In this particular case, I have a wolf. She's also a ranger. This dude is a wizard. He has spells. For example, if I select the wizard, and these are the spells that he can cast. This dude is a priest. Look, he can cast various stuff. And if I right-click, I will be able to read stuff about that particular spell. And exactly what that spell does. And this dude is kind of how is it called? A chanter. In a way, it's kind of like a bard. He's going to do various stuff, and then he also has his own spells that he can do. So there are even more classes, more races, and I'm going to look at the character creation screen at the end of the game, I think, maybe. Another important aspect of the game is your stronghold, which is basically your keep that you are going to unlock later, and where you'll be able to upgrade your stronghold, and through making it more powerful, you'll be able to hire followers that are going to, protect your, hirelings, they are called. They are going to see that there is an attack in 1 day and 12 hours, and something might happen. I might go and do a manual resolve, and I can just do an auto resolve and hope that nothing bad happens. I do have like 8 dues that I'm paying them with gold. So if we look at the inventory screen, this is the inventory screen. You see that there are, I have a bow that's equipped. It's a fine war bow. This is the value, this is the range, this is the damage that it does. It does pierce damage. There are various damage types. It's also a fine bow, which means that it has +4 accuracy and 1.15 damage. And of course, you can also read about those stuff. And one of the things why it's important to play this game every day and immerse yourself in the story, because it's a game about the story and not really only about various things that you equip and so on, yet you will be able to find books. Like this is the Drywood Part 4, Hatred's Rebellion. And this is actually part of the story that you will be able to read, part of the books. So in a way, some of the story is being told by books like this, and some of the story is being told through dialogue, some of the story is being told through quests. So it's not like, hey, oh my god, this is such a nice way, oh my god, I'm reading more text. I know that some people really hate reading, so if you don't like to read, don't play this game, because it's really a game that involves a lot of reading, and it's nice. I'm playing it at night, it's dark in the room, and I'm just sitting reading about it, and it's a little bit hard for me to focus because my mind wanders to other things from life, so I need to concentrate, and I'm looking, and when I manage to concentrate, I'm really getting into the whole game thing. Now, as I've said, you control this party of 6, and the combat, let's try to look for someone. There is that dude. I don't want to spoil you. This is also something that I haven't yet encountered, so I kind of don't want to force myself to do something bad. Because, hey, look, I found some crafting. This is something that I haven't yet unlocked. You will be able to do some crafting. So, for example, if you do enchanting, not crafting. You can also do crafting, but I don't know exactly how, because there are various materials that you are going to find into the world, but you need to be level 6, so I'm not yet level 6. This is also another thing that you will be able to do. And look, combat. The combat is, you know, it's a mixture of, it's kind of real time, so you can play the game real time, but the game can be set up to automatically pause the various reasons. So I can issue my commands, and then I can unpause. So, for example, I'm going to click my priest, and I'm going to use the Holy Radiance, which is, you know, 1 per encounter. I can only use it once. It creates a field of holy energy around the priest, burning any vessels in the vicinity and regenerating a modest amount of endurance for allies. The power of a priest. So, think about it. I might not have to use this at the start of the game like I've been using right now. I have to read it again, but let's use it for the fun of it. Then I'm going to tell my ranger to do a mark prey. The mark prey will receive more damage. I'm going to tell this ranger to do a wounding shot, and then I'm going to tell my fighter to do a knockdown to this. And then, of course, for this wizard, I'm going to tell him to create a spell on this side. So let's see what happens. Boom, it's knocking down, and you can see some of the stats here. Kana chants blessing wars when in quickness to the tribe. Sangni interrupts does 6 pierce damage. Pet does 8 pierce damage, and so on. You will be able to see the tactics over here. So, in a way, I'm just going to tell everyone. This was kind of a fast combat. In a way, it's tactical, to a point where also one problem with the game is the pet finding during the game. It's kind of, they will sometimes jiggle around, and you will have to manually tell them to go around. I like this combat better than like the combat from Divinity Original Sin, where you will be able to see the turns of the heroes, of the whoever is coming the turn next, right? Here, in a way, whenever it happens, you will see a bar depending on the recovery rate, which means how fast they can do actions. Like, for example, a warrior might attack every second. If I put a heavy armor, that armor might give him minus 50% recovery rate. So it's going to do like what, 1.5 seconds. Bad with numbers like that. So in a way, it's more enjoyable, because I don't feel like, oh shit, now it's his turn. What is he going to do? Now it's the enemy turn. He's going to blow my guy into pieces. Oh, now it's this combat is a little bit more faster and more dynamic in a way. And you will do plenty of reloads also, save and reload, because you have to do it. If your party dies, you will have a death screen, and you will be forced to reload or quit the game. Another thing that they've added into the combat is that you have this health. Health can only be replenished by resting, and you rest by using the camp or by going to a motel or inn. You're going to go to an inn, and you are going to talk you are going to sleep. I was thinking about, talking with the innkeeper, because there are various dialogues with innkeepers in all the games. And there also you have an endurance, when you're out of combat, the endurance will, regenerate. But during combat, endurance is very important. This is kind of the thing that you are going to pay more attention to, the endurance and not to the health bar. Health bar, if it reaches 0, that character will die, which is bad, right? And you might not want to do that. It is the thing. You will be able to go to the... I can't do this. You will be able to have more members, only 6 in your parties, but you will be able to keep some of them in the stronghold, and you will be able to go to the stronghold and get some of the older members. You will also be able to go to the inn and hire new adventurers, so it's not like, oh shit, I don't have more people to play with. But the thing is that you get attached to those characters, and you don't want to see them dead. So endurance is paying more important, to a point where when the endurance reaches 0, you will see like a red thing going over the portrait. That character is going to be knocked down and is not going to be available in that fight anymore. So there are various spells. For example, the priest has various spells that are affecting and regenerating the endurance, which is something that you will want to do. So in a way, the combat, I'm enjoying the combat so far a lot. So let's actually go to the end of the map and try to travel to another area. Let's go to... I'm not going to save. I'm thinking, where did I save? Let's save right now, because I want to use my save later to come back. Let's actually go to this town. This is the first town that you encounter. just so you will have like an idea on how other environments look, even though there are other screenshots on the internets. So I've done a couple of questing. It has been pretty interesting. I like that the game automatically puts pointers on some of the stuff, and it's nice because it took some time for me to to travel to this area. Another thing that I like, let's go to the inn. On these type of games, a lot of the time you were waiting for your party to arrive at that destination. Hey, they added the double speed mode, and now they are coming much faster, which is great. Let's go in the inn.
Gather your party.
So overall, as I've said, I'm enjoying the game a lot. I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to enjoy the story. I'm going to read all the books and so on because, I haven't played games like this in a long time.
Hello.
The innkeeper smiles brightly at you. Hello again. Come to rest your feet a while? I like a room. And this is the rooms where I will be able to, rest. I will be able to hire adventurers. I will be able to... This is a store where I will be able to buy stuff, or I will be able to sell stuff. Hey, look, beer. Should I buy a beer? Let's actually talk with this dude. I like to know more about the Black Hound. Really? Well, let me see. The actual building has been here for years, but the Black Hound is fairly new. We got a lot of new faces in here too. Fewer than it used to, I'll admit. The Black Hound is the inn. So, as I've said, I don't want to repeat myself. If you have any questions, write in the comments below and I will answer your questions. But, it's an RPG game that, in a way, it's inspired by how, the old games done by Obsidian Studios, Baldur's Gate, Icewind Dale. We haven't been playing games like this in a long time. This is also a Kickstarter success where they got about 4 million, I believe, or 3 million, something like that. So I'm really, really happy that I'm able to play games like this again. So this is why it is something special for me. So hopefully you have enjoyed this video. It kind of got a better idea if this is a game you want to purchase or not. So I do hope it was useful. So thank you guys for watching. See you soon. Goodbye.